Hi guys! Today's look was inspired by summer, and the colors are really pretty sunset, cool purples and pinks, and I added a bit of drama with the navy liner. A lot of times when you wear really vivid colors, you use a white base and because you want them to be really bright and you want them to pop, but sometimes that can look like a little bit too much. So I'll show you a really cool way to get this bright, vivid look and kind of a cool iridescent effect without using such a heavy, cakey product. The rest of the face is really simple too, so if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. The first thing I did was use Urban Decay Primer Potion all over my lid and MAC Painterly Paint Pot all over my lid as well and underneath my lower lash line. To get started, I definitely want to use a cream base to make sure all of these pigmented shadows really stick to my eye. Normally I might reach for a white. This is NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. That'll give you really good vibrancy with your colors, but for summer sometimes you want to keep it looking a little bit more natural. Instead I chose NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Oyster. So it picks up the pink tones and the purple tones we're going to use on our lid as well. So it really is a great base for us to use. Instead of having that stark white on our lid, we'll just have a little bit of iridescence that shines through instead. You can blend it out with your finger. I oftentimes use my pinky because it's small enough to reach in this inner corner. And we're using fairly inexpensive products for this tutorial. This is my Coastal Scents 88 Matte palette, and the color I'm using is right here. It's a really pretty purpley pink. And on my large flat Sonica Shook brush from Target, I'm loading the color on, and I'm just gonna stamp it right in the middle of my lid. See how bright it is, but it's not over a white base, so it still has a really pretty sheen to it, semi-natural appearance. Like that, and you can sweep it upwards a bit. I usually tap my brush around in a semicircle to distribute the color. Then I'm going in with this pretty indigo. You want to stick with a cool tone purple. If you use too warm of a purple over such a cool tone base, it might get a little bit muddy. It might muddy the look a little bit and turn to brown. We definitely don't want that. So I'm using this really pretty shade. This is a gorgeous purple shade. It is the sixth one over from the top, fourth one down. And on a MAC 217, taking some of that color and placing it into my crease. Just kind of dabbing at this point. We don't really want to swipe our brush. You might get a lot of fallout that way. And you can blend the edges of those colors together a little bit with your 217. Just moving it in towards your nose and then picking it up. It's pretty easy. Then for the inner corner, I'm using one of my favorite products. This is the Benefit Eye Bright Pencil. Making small circles to deposit that product in the inner corner of the eye. You can even bring it under just a bit. Then using the second color down in my Coastal Scents palette, all the way on the left. It's kind of a creamy pink. Just placing that right on top. Sweep it under a bit. You can even pull it in and blend it over some of that hot pink. And I'm going to show you, but it's shattered unfortunately. Smashbox powders are milled so soft that they shatter a lot of times, so you have to watch out for that, but it is a great product. It's the Soft Lights in the color Tint, and it's the most gorgeous blush. And I'm going to be using it on my brow. Just tap it above the purple. See how it's just a really pretty coral shade? Since we're using so many cool purples on the lid, it's really nice to keep it kind of earthy by pulling in some warm brown tones on the brow. A little bit more of that purple, I'm just going to run underneath. Don't bring it in too far, just kind of stick in this outer area right here, and you can connect it up. You can take one of the warm browns in the palette. I'm going to be using the 5th one down all the way on the left, next to the red, and using a 119 Deluxe Crease Brush from Coastal Scents, taking a little of that color, kind of where the purple and the blush I just put down meet. Right there, you can kind of feel the brush pressing against the bone, and where you feel that is where you want to place the color. Not into the crease, just above it. This, I think the color, I'll put the exact name of the color on my blog, but it's the Navy Smashbox Gel Liner. So taking a bunch of the product on my pointed liner brush, start building up my line. Start by trying to make your lash line a straight line. It's really not going to become a straight line, but it'll just bring the edge up a bit. That'll give you a nice thick line, but it won't be too overbearing. Then you can make a little wing if you want to. I just take a little bit more of the product and then to my brush. And start to make a little wing, and you can pull it out as much as you want. About like that. I'm using a little bit more of the Smashbox liner and just swiping it or sweeping it into the waterline if you have to pull your lid down a bit. Now you don't want to pull this liner down onto your lower lash line. That's starting to borderline on crazy cat lady, so with all these crazy colors going on. So you definitely just want to stick with the waterline for this look. You can even fill in your upper waterline if you want to. 2 coats of a really very, very black mascara is really going to finish this look off. You don't want to forget mascara. It's super important for this. So I'm going to finish applying this CoverGirl Lash Blast to my upper and lower lashes, and then I'll be back to show you what I did with my cheeks and my lips. Okay, so for the rest of my face, I kept it really simple. I used the Smashbox blush and tint again on my cheeks. Actually, first I used Bare Minerals, or I'm using Bare Minerals Faux Tan in Matte. This is a really great alternative to a bronzer, especially for the summer because it's really a really tan color. And I'm swirling that in the cap with my fan brush from Bare Minerals. And what you can do is just take this like you would any other bronzer, even though this isn't technically a bronzer. It's kind of a complexion booster. I'm using the same blush I used on my brow, which is Smashbox Soft Lights in Tint on this angled chisel blush brush. Just on the apples of my cheeks. It just really ties the look together to have it on the cheeks and a little hint of it on the brow as well. It's a good trick. I wanted to keep the lips kind of nude and peachy corally. A bit of Bare Minerals Mineral Lip Gloss and Citrus Tart. I tried to keep it as simple as possible. I hope you guys enjoy this and check back for more. I'll talk to you guys soon.